Hello. So today is a little bit of an emotional share on a vulnerable level, just about where I'm at presently and where I have been, to give you a little bit more understanding and insight of who I am and what my journey on this planet in this life has been. So you find me today, it's the 9th of September in 2025. So it's 999, whatever way you slice it. And whatever way you slice that, 9 plus 9 plus 9 equals 27. And 2 plus 7 equals 9. So this is a very, very strong day of completions of cycles. And for myself, a big journey in my healing has been my digestive system. And when you really look to the root of where digestive distress comes from, it can be challenges, traumas, emotional holds, wounds of the past that we hold on to. And I am on a journey of fasting, and I don't like to call it fasting because I have definitely not stuck truly to water. However, on my healing journey, I began at the 1st of September to run through the month to see how long and what my body could go through in order to truly heal from parasites and viruses that have really impacted my system since I was a very young child throughout my life. So a little bit about my history. I incarnated into Tacoma, Washington, a place that needed help. It was on the verge of being designated at the time as a Superfund site. Asarco, which was a smelter facility, which processed out raw ore to get into the pure copper and zinc and different metals of the ore that was being shipped in from mines. That had been raining down toxic arsenic and lead pollution onto the community for nearly a century before the EPA got involved and shut them down. Whether it was on their own accord or EPA mandated it, I do not know those details. Yet the pollution of the ThE waterway, the Puget Sound, Vashon Island, Gig Harbor, Tacoma, and the surrounding communities all the way up to Seattle were already affected. And so my soul said, yeah, I'll go there. I'll go to the densest, most toxic environment known on this planet right now to develop myself as a human and understand what's going on and how my soul's truth of past lives has been manipulated over the centuries, millennia, generations, dynasties. It has been manipulated and twisted to keep the humans suppressed. And what my journey is a journey of liberation and to live my truth fully. When I was born, I had a lot of skin irritations. They labeled it as eczema. What I ended up with was herpes simplex virus that was activated strongly. I inherited the genetics, toxic environment, and everything else from my mother's womb, which was a chemical soup of what she experienced as a child, which was passed on from her mother and her father and beyond, tracing back in America to nearly the pre-1700s, the development of America and beyond, of traveling here in that time, whether it was by the Mayflower, Titanic, or what have you. A boat brought my family here. And that's just one line of that. And so in my journey of liberation, it has been about remembrance and an understanding of my collection of my soul so I can honor my ancestral roots as well as that of my star essence, my star seed essence through marriage. And what I experienced as a child was a very toxic relationship with food. My grandfather worked for Hostess, so Twinkies, yeah, well, he used to go to the delivery place in Hilltop, fill up his truck with Twinkies and other goods, and deliver them to convenience stores and supermarkets throughout the region. And that's how he retired after a traumatic injury in the military took him out, and he never recovered till the day he died. That humans suffered a lot of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual trauma from that loss of egoic identity, shall we say, of being a military man and doing the right thing, fighting for a country that he believed in so strongly, yet allowed him to slip through the cracks. And that perpetuation of an unhealthy relationship with food was passed down to myself. I had a really, really toxic relationship with food, my relationship to eating, dynamics of how to cope with stress, and just the processed world we were living in. Chain restaurants, a lot of Subway and McDonald's, and when I see these videos now as a conscious human adult in their 30s, that people have had McDonald's meals for 24 years in a shoebox, and it looks the same as the day they bought it. I don't want that in my body anymore. Because even 24 years ago, the ingredients were less toxic than they are now. And so what I have been doing over the last 4 years is withdrawing from society, from my family, from my community, to heal, to go within and to say, on a cellular level, what no longer serves, I don't want to carry anymore. Because through a traumatic car collision and traumatic football injuries, traumatic travel to Tijuana, Mexico, I just was not a healthy human, and I did not engage in healthy human behaviors and coped with things like alcohol, sugar, food, processed things that were just feeding the parasite and bacteria and everything that was not right in my system. Really getting Epstein-Barr through mononucleosis my freshman year of college, and that catalyzing just a worsening of things, because the food at my university was atrocious as I look back, or at least what I was eating at the time. Even what they were offering for the vegan and vegetarian options were rough. I don't even know if they were organic. These things accumulated in the body. Plastics, plastics, heavy metals, toxic heavy metals, just accumulation. And it has taken me years to shed that. So this is my call to the humans to say that healing is a miracle. I am an embodiment of many, many miracles. Yet what we need to have a grounded understanding of as humans is that miracles for the physical body do not happen instantaneously for all conditions that we suffer from. We live in a very toxic and overstimulated environment, and our bodies require linear time to heal. And even so much as simply losing, I say simply, losing 100 pounds took me, let's say, a linear 1.5 to 2 years. The following 7 to 8 years have been sustaining it, changing my patterns of behavior, and getting core wounds resolved to let go, because I would not have wanted to live holding on to things that no longer served, like a parasite, a nest of a parasite, just little pockets of the things that I wouldn't look at because they were too dark or too scary. To that I say farewell, because the work that I have put in through the conscious integration of a lot of knowledge, wisdom on a soul level as well as a shared level with my soul partner has led to transformative healing that I am not sure I ever could have imagined for myself. And what I'm here today is to express that making those simple changes can happen for you over a linear period of time. And as my healing completes, it is an opportunity to engage and align together for a support system of what you might need on just your soul telling yourself, while I can reflect that back to you, of what are the individual steps you could take to start that healing journey, or to kickstart it, or to shift gears, go into another direction, elevate your frequency. I offer non-judgment, non-commitment, and a true non-judgment environment, because my environment has been riddled with shame, bullying, suppression of my light, and an attempt to silence my truth. And that's coming out very soon. I cannot communicate everything in one video, and I'm not able to impart the wisdom that I have in such a stressful way as creating content in a short amount of time to capture your energy fully. And so it will come out soon. It will come out as compilations of what has worked for me, whether that's the cookbook, recipes, practical solutions of how to recalibrate your financial investments into yourself and living in a healthy environment that is right for you, and not eating for the spirits of your ancestors who are there whispering to you microplastic, toxic heavy metal, phthalates, PFAS, chipping coating on your pants. I hope in the shortest amount of linear time possible to give you clear and concise information on how to take the steps that my ancestors have guided me on through this journey. To say you're doing the best you can. It is 2025, and this is what you have been given. You've been given a life as an escape room. How can you elevate your escape room to be the coolest environment for you, while also bringing creativity and life fully? So there will be more content of how to limit your exposure, how to read labels, and how to eliminate plastics from your environment. And I hope that as the videos come, you recognize the energy that changes within myself. I am a one human show. I am multidimensional, and I like to speak without a time limit. I like to go in the flow with what is right for you. So as our light aligns and connections build, I look forward to our ability to co-create the healthiest of human frequencies for the collective. And with that, I wish you core healing on your journey to self-rediscovery. Bye-bye. My light, my love, and my blessings.